What's going on, YouTube? Check it out. We are here with a whole nother episode. It's been a minute. I apologize. But, holidays and stuff. Winter. Yes. Winter sucks. But we're here with another podcast. As you can see, the name has changed to, what the fuck did I call it?
We're rebranding.
Rebranding, yeah. Ballroom Blitz.
We're now called, what the fuck do I call it?
Yeah. This rolls off the tongue, don't it?
Yeah. Easy to remember.
Misfits of Culture, I think is what I named it. Yeah, Misfits of Culture.
We're Misfits of Culture, I think?
Yeah. I wanted to go with the Misfits Vultures. The Misfit Vultures, but they shot me down on that. So.
What was with that conversation earlier?
I just started.
He suggested the name, and then Joey's like, what about this other name? And then Sam was like, no, I like the first one. Joey's like, yeah, me too. And we're like, what am I?
I even typed, well, why even bring that one up then?
I don't know, it was a dumb idea.
And then I just typed, look, that one was taken anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't know why he even brought that up.
I don't know what Joey's doing.
I don't know what that guy doesn't even get us.
This Joe guy, we know.
Just...
I don't even know why. That's buttons anyway, but
yeah.
I feel like this guy doesn't even get us. You know?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a little off sometimes.
Yeah, so, bums, man. Bums.
Call me a bum.
Call me a bum. Still one of the best. But yeah, so we just got done seeing Scream 6.
Our Scream shirts on?
She's got a Scream shirt. I got my Scream shirt. He's actually calling. I keep hitting the end because we're busy, but he keeps calling back over and over again.
I was wearing a sweater.
Yeah. You guys are still dressed for St. Patrick's Day, which was yesterday, so
there you go.
You guys,
work shirt.
That's unfortunate. You have to walk around like a leprechaun.
That's
all day at work.
That's a lawsuit.
What? Leprechauns don't wear long sleeves. Anyway,
Oops.
so yeah, Scream 6. Let's I guess we'll start on that end. No spoilers, obviously, for right now. The next section will be spoilers. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, hang out here. If you want to hear spoilers, everything, just hang out the whole time. Watch the whole show. But yeah, what did you think of it?
I like it. A lot scarier than the last one.
A lot scarier than the last one?
Yeah. The last one I was like, this one like made me jump, and I actually yelped at one point.
Yelped?
Yeah. Yeah.
I did see him cover his face a few times.
Oh, well, yes. There's one scene that is a very specific fear of mine that I just couldn't watch.
We'll save that for spoilers just in case.
Yeah.
So
stick around.
Yeah. What did you think, sir?
I thought it was really cool. You find out that they're sisters at the end.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Why are you so stupid?
He's lying, by the way. He's trying to get me canceled. He doesn't want to be here. He just says he does. Anyway, no, there's no.
Turns out Darth Vader's his dad the whole time.
I didn't see that coming either. That was weird. That was weird. Darth Vader right at the end there.
And she let him go.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Is that a Frozen? Is that a Frozen reference? Let it go?
No.
Let it go!
I mean, not Frozen.
Way to sing on
Titanic.
tune.
What?
Very on tune there.
I'm very good at singing.
Yeah.
Let
it go.
Let it go!
Hey, wait, copyright! You're too good. We get copyrighted.
Oh, they might think it's a real...
Yeah.
They might think it's a real thing, man.
Actually, I did them Menzel.
Tell that blonde chick to get out of here.
Well, that was my opinion on the movie. Bob?
What's your honest opinion?
Oh, I thought it was better than Shrek 3. Thought it was better than that one. Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, no.
I
thought it was good.
when
I thought it was good.
When this becomes big, I have a feeling Joe is going to be the reason why.
Yeah.
Because people are going to be like, did you see this idiot sitting on the couch with, I guess, it's his mother and his two brothers? And they'll talk about horror movies, and he'll talk about Peter Pan.
Like, we're going to be the podcast and be like, heard about this family exploring their one relative?
I'm gonna ride my coattails right up to the top.
Keemstar will be talking about me.
Yeah.
This guy, lazy creator, uses his brother to get views. Well, he owes me. Anyway, I'm done with you. What did you think?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like the first three. The first three Screams are still my favorite ones. But I did like this. I pretty much like every horror movie because okay, let me explain something. So I'm going to continue throughout this video to rip this movie apart. Probably, I'm going to say what about this and what about that. But I would like to.
No spoilers. Wait
All
for
right,
spoiler section.
I won't
for
spoil
that.
anything. I'm just spoiling the fact that I'm going to trash all of this movie. But having said, but it's in the sense of I love horror movies and I hate it when people are like seriously mad at a horror movie, like seriously like, oh, what about this? It's like it's a fucking horror movie.
Yeah.
Have fun, watch people get killed, eat your popcorn. That's why you're fucking there. Like
suspend
quit.
your belief.
Yeah, so none of my complainings are like serious or like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like, oh, they should have whatever.
Yeah.
I am
There you
deadly serious, and
Are
I
you?
will find you.
I will say this one had a
Cult this was.
Yeah.
this was a lot more. There's a lot more blood in this one, and a lot more.
Yeah.
It
graphic.
became definitely more of a slasher.
Yeah.
If you like
Yeah.
gory slashers, this one definitely becomes
Yeah.
a gory
Yeah.
slasher.
This
That-
movie was much more satisfying than the last.
See, I like how they did the ones before, where it was more like classic horror, where you didn't see a lot. I mean, I'm good either way. I just was surprised that they kind of flipped the switch on this one. It was like, oh, this has turned up a notch. Yeah.
Well, maybe they realized what really sells.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, they're on the 6th movie, so they're doing all right.
Well, maybe the last one didn't do great.
Oh,
That's
didn't
why-
it?
Well, I don't know.
We don't know. Well,
That's
I mean,
true.
you know, somebody is.
Spoiler.
That'll get cut out. That's why we don't do this live. This is why I refuse to do it live. I mean, but you don't even know what I was talking about what happens.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It was right after we find out they're sisters.
Some trailer. Find out. Yeah.
Hey, can I do me again? I just came up with an opinion.
And then
Can I
Is
do
it
it
about
again?
the movie or
Yeah.
Shrek 3?
It's about the movie.
Okay.
Well, it's about
You do
Scream.
you again, and then Sam's gonna do Joey, and then I'll do Joey, and then not do Joey. Sorry, I meant impersonate.
What?
Fucking cut that out.
All right, can I get my opinion on the best Scream?
Can I get some therapy now?
Well, I guess we ain't got to hide the accent no more. Mom, they all get away.
Who put a cat in the bag? What? So
It was fun. It took 4 episodes,
Yeah.
and it was fun, ladies and gentlemen.
oh, that reminds me. This isn't a spoiler, but in the movie, one of the characters has a last podcast on the left poster.
Oh, yeah, I
I did see that.
And
Yeah.
that's fucking
And-
great, so.
There was Ice Nine Kills.
Oh, was there?
You didn't see it?
I didn't see
It
that.
was the new album cover. What are you doing?
You were like, ah.
Well,
Mike Wazowski her.
listen. You're sleeping with him. I'm smacking you around. We're just fucked up. All right, that's.
Y'all come back now.
Y'all. Next episode, our favorite Later Skinner song. Actually,
Hey,
that's
I
not
just-
funny. The last remaining original band member of Leonard Skinner passed away
Oh,
a
really?
couple weeks ago.
I just found out recently why they're called Leonard Skinner. You want to know?
They had a fake guy.
They had a fake guy that was like a made-up name, and anything that went wrong, they'd
They
be like,
blamed it on him.
yeah, who left the fridge open? Leonard Skinner. And
Yeah.
so then they named the band. They were like, Leonard Skinner.
You see, what I did right there was you told me that fact before, but
Uh-huh.
don't remember telling me.
Oh,
So
I
I
see.
got to say it like I
See,
knew
that's
already.
the fun of getting old. I
Yeah.
don't remember
Yeah.
what people told me, and I don't remember what I told them. So I can
Right.
just have the same
It really makes
conversation.
him seem like a person, though. 'Cause
Yeah.
I always, until this moment, thought he was
Oh.
a person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like, I thought that was the band.
I thought that was a little
Anyway,
loud.
getting off track here.
So my
What did you think about Scream?
yeah, so my favorite Scream is something like
Ah!
I like that one over like a or something.
Yeah, I like
But-
the more banshee over the guttural.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so-
like the high pitched. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a good witch cackle.
Oh, or like the one you would imagine, like seeing that painting, you know, just like, oh, you know, that one's good.
Oh, are you
Mickey
turning
Mouse
us
getting pushed
down?
balls.
Are you turning the volume down? He's like, I'm gonna go.
because of you.
I ruined it for the rest of us.
Sorry, Sam, but I can't. It's not worth it anymore.
Oh,
Anyway.
Okay.
I said I was going to moderate this well, and I'm still not getting the hang
Yeah,
of
we
it.
won't let you.
You blew it.
No, not at all.
That's what happens when your mother's in there.
Yeah,
But try
you
to-
know, you want to show respect. You don't want to be known on the internet as the kid who disrespected. He told his mom to shut the fuck up once. It was crazy.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Nah, you don't want that. So,
We don't want to get you canceled for elder abuse or anything.
Yeah.
so I guess is this in your top 5? Top 5, top 3.
Scream movies or horror
Yeah,
movies?
I know yours. Obviously, the first 3 are in your top
Yeah.
3. We're not even gonna ask you.
Okay.
We know you're gonna rip this film to shreds for some reason. Anyway, because I haven't even got to say mine. I quite liked it. There were a few things where I went, but we'll get to that more of that later.
See, that's what I mean about ripping it to shreds. Like, I don't mean like in the sense that I didn't like the movie. That's the fun of horror movies to me. Is
Yeah.
like you enjoy the movie and then you're like, the fuck is she doing? Run out the fucking door, stupid.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the point of the Scream movies is that they make fun of the fact that
Right. which
It's
is
a
why-
satire.
Yeah.
It's
And
yeah.
I feel like this one didn't do as much of that. That's why I think I like the first 3 better. 'cause
This
I
one
think
definitely
they-
more serious, like
Yeah,
you said. It was
yeah.
more serious.
Yeah.
It was more like it didn't feel like a spoof. It felt like an actual horror movie.
Yeah.
Like when you go see a normal Scream movie, you know it's doing something. Depending on which one you're watching, it's making fun of some sort of like trope. Like third one's about the trilogies. Fourth
Mhm.
one's about the remakes because those were big at that time. And
Mhm.
the last one was requels where it's a remake, but it's also still a sequel to the original. This one didn't have really any of that, which I was kind of.
I mean, they talked about franchises.
Well, I guess
No.
it does
Yeah.
talk about franchise, but even then, though,
Right.
it's like
It almost felt like that was forced, like put in, like, oh, we're Scream, we're supposed to.
they
talk about
always
some kind
do
of-
that. They always talk about whatever we're quote unquote
Yeah.
satire, but you didn't get the feel of the
Yeah,
satire.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like it was mentioned, but it almost was just like, oh, they do this every one. We have to have a scene
Yeah.
where she.
And
What
even
can we
the
do?
one-liners,
Franchise.
there was some few one-liners
Mhm.
that, and I don't feel like they were as good as the one-liners in the first, like in the first movie where she's like, "Not in my movie" or whatever.
Mhm.
That was a great line. I don't know, I like that, but like, and they had some lines like that in this one, but I didn't think they were as good as
Yeah.
the.
yeah.
Counterpoint.
Mhm.
So I think that. So this one goes about franchises.
Mhm.
I think they were really focused on making fun of themselves and doing like a bunch of facts to be more original, if that makes sense. Exact same thing.
Remember the thing I just said.
And then that.
Do we need a replay?
Like, it was very much like about like everything that happened before. Like, I mean, they had 5 other movies that they
Oh,
were able to come
right.
back to and make fun of and remind you
Oh.
of. I think that was more, and so like during like the actual like movie premise and plot and filmography of it, they would be able to had more freedom because of that. Able to carve more of their own path because they have so much frontage.
Yeah, I think they did have the thing they usually do with the franchise thing, but it wasn't really about like a horror movie trope. It was more just movie in general because it was they were definitely playing off of the like Star Wars franchise thing, which I mean they said in the movie. But
Oh yeah, they even mentioned like, Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker dies in the.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking
which-
of franchises, I have to defend my favorite movies ever while we're right here talking about franchises because
Well, we're not.
We're gonna get to
We're not
franchises.
talking
That's
about
the whole thing.
franchises. Yet.
Oh.
We're talking about just the movie. Franchises
Yeah.
is after this.
all right, well,
Yeah.
more to come.
We're just talking about this premise.
That's
Next time on
that's episode 5. We're doing 4 right now.
All right.
5 will be wearing the same clothes, but
Foreshadowing.
yeah.
Well,
Just like, oh, ow! We ain't fucking moving.
to go back to your point about the quotable line thing,
Mhm.
I will say the original did have a lot more quotable lines, like "Good morning, Vietnam," and like yeah.
You want to trade spots?
Trying to fetch happen. It's not going to happen.
try to make what?
Fetch.
Yeah. Not gonna have it.
Straight people.
I don't know what.
Well, like I don't know. I just feel like there's some more
What's
more
that?
memorable
Mean
one-liners
Girls.
in the first.
Oh.
But maybe you want.
Sugar grass.
Do you want to talk
Sorry.
much about the other Scream movies in
I
this
don't
one,
want
or more in the?
Well, we're
It's delightful.
I mean, you can compare them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like in the first one, and I don't even know if this was intended to be a good one-liner that people remember. It's just a line that I always remember from the first one, where the guy's like, "My mom's gonna be so bad."
Oh yeah, that's a great line.
too
deep, man.
I think I'm
dying, man.
Well, to be fair, anything
You're
Batman
dying
ever
here, man.
is just amazing.
Huh?
To be fair,
Uh-huh.
anything that man says ever is just
Oh.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
He is the best Shaggy.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh.
They're in the neighbor's basement. I wouldn't give a shit.
That's a great line.
Because he said it.
Yeah. And this movie had a couple of lines you could tell were supposed to be these
Bad,
memorable
terrible.
lines, but they weren't.
I
Routes.
Bad, terrible.
Yeah.
Dog shit. Fire. Burn him.
No, there were like where you're just like, that was supposed to be cheesy af. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know,
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Okay.
Cheesy F is my favorite flavor of Doritos.
I know, right? Same.
Oh, maybe I guess they were doing that, and I just didn't get it. Okay, I'm just dumb. Sorry.
I mean, but does that make it? Doesn't mean it makes it look good, because now it's the line said you didn't get it. That's not good then. If
right.
the audience don't get it, like you're already 1/4 of the audience now, right?
Well, that's
Come
true.
to us right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
So
And now
just
1/4 already don't understand.
So warning out there, a quarter of you are going to be like, "What?"
Well, to be fair, a quarter of the people are going to be like, what? To this podcast right
That's
now.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, a lot more than a quarter of you are going to
Yeah,
be like that
I know.
too.
Oh, if you're not-
Hey, but you know what? Like and subscribe. So yeah. Okay. Didn't like the one-liners. Gotcha. This Ghostface gave two shits about anything.
About getting caught.
About getting caught, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, at all. And I'm not spoiling anything, like, because it's in the trailer. You know, he's in that grocery store.
Mm.
Is that important?
I don't know.
On your chair. I was sick. My ass.
Whatever it is, I'll buy a new one.
I will be replacing that part. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
I will say the violence.
he did not give a shit.
It was more
No.
violent, but I want it. It left more to be desired for me. But I think I just
It's like what?
am
What were you
fucked up
desiring?
in the head
Oh.
and wanted it to go away further.
Oh,
than
I'm
it was.
pretty sure half the people in that theater think I'm fucked up in the head for a certain death in that movie that I just couldn't stop but laugh.
Yeah. Was it?
Huh? Well, we're
Yeah.
not going to spoil
Right.
it, but no spoilers. But
You're
yeah.
actually laughing at me.
Huh?
You're actually laughing at me.
Well, sorta.
And I do think that part of me liking the first Scream movies better than this one is, or even the last like 3, is part of my just own bias. Sometimes
an
that
opinion.
happens a lot with me, where as movies go on, franchises, they get more and more complicated because they have to, because
Right.
the story has to evolve. But I personally I just want to sit there and be like, oh, he's the killer. Okay, cool. I'm eating my popcorn. I don't want to like sit there and be like, well, he was related to who, and who is she? She's
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's
well,
kind
you
of the
know,
downfall of
that's
Saw.
yeah, like this one's plot twist is more confusing than pretty much I think of any of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of rivals 3 a little bit, but that's, you know, if you've seen 3, and I guess we'll explain that later. But I feel like a lot of the stuff we're gonna be talking about now is getting like close to that spoiler point.
Mhm.
Right.
So before we go with this section, 1 out of 5, what do you give it?
1 out of 5.
5 being obviously great,
Okay.
1 being, you know, or give it a 0 if you thought it was absolute dog shit, I guess.
Well, there's 6 of them, right?
Well, I'm saying 1 through 5 as just like a rating system, period.
Well, if there's 6 movies, we should just do 1 through 6.
So 1 through 5. I'm gonna do 4.
Or out of 10. Just do out of 10.
There's not 10 of them.
Sam's like, now I gotta think again.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, I think most people do, what, 1 to 10, right?
1 to 10's easier.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Leaves a little bit more room to come up with a better.
8.92.
8.92.
Yeah.
From the Russian judge.
I would say, yeah. if I'm rounding up to 9 then, because for yours.
Oh, 8.
Okay, 8. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Because I'm going to type in what our rating is.
Oh, okay.
And that wasn't even Joey's answer. Oh. Pardon me.
Well,
Sorry.
there's
There's copyright. Because her phone's right under the mic.
I'll just,
A little bit of bash for you.
just turn that down a little bit. Thank you.
Might as well play the Nintendo theme song or something. I'm waiting for Rick to reset it.
Oh, I didn't stop it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna cut that out. But
Oh yeah, I
My-
need a good cut.
half of this is just gonna be my fucking reactions to shit. Because I'm gonna go see a therapist and go, here you go, doc. Watch this.
Yeah.
You tell me.
I lived with this for 18 years.
That's what I'm really doing these for.
Yeah.
I just bring it to my therapist. You don't know.
Please assess.
But anyway, from 1 to 10, and I swear to God, if you say anything below 1 or anything above 10, I'm kicking your squad in the nuts.
Okay. Well, granted that I don't remember anything about any of them except for the first one and the one we just watched. I will say it's my second favorite movie.
You only remember the first one?
1 to 10.
That's a simple question.
Give it
It really is.
give it a 7, 8, 7, 8, like an 8, like a 7,
Like a 6, 7, 8.
like a 9, 10, 3, 4. Boom, boom.
9, 10, 3, 4.
I don't know how to count. Which?
Anyway, so 7. What about you? 1 out of 10. What would you rate this movie?
I'm going to give it a 7.
You giving it a 7?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't
No,
like
I
I left the
don't think
theater
I'd give it a
going,
high
"Oh, that's not or anything."
Did not think
I
I'd give it a
enjoyed
high
it.
score.
I
Would
had,
you give it
there
a
was good
9?
things, you know.
Oh.
But I just, it was, but yeah, I like the other one. I just like the first
I could
3 a
be
lot
talking
better
to
for
an
some
8.
reason. But I like the first 3 even better than 4 or 5 too.
Well, I think the first one's great. So,
Apparently, since that's the one you remember.
You don't remember the third one? The third one's the coolest one.
I haven't seen him since I was like a little kid.
Okay. This
Lies.
episode
Watch
5 is
the
gonna
third
be
one.
amazing. Just especially. if
I'm
Scream
not
is
always
brought
with
up.
you.
I'm gonna give it an 8 with Sam. I agree. I think it's better than some of the other ones for certain reasons. And you know, I'm sort of biased because I am a big slasher fan. This had more of a slasher vibe, so I enjoyed the kills more because it was a slasher vibe. I mean, like, obviously they're all slashers, but this just had more of a, like, you know how like Friday 13th, every movie escalates the way the kills and how
Yeah.
you know worse they are.
This had a lot more kills where you're like, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and the fact that the killer was more like Jason in this one, where he just didn't give a shit where they're at. He's just gonna do whatever.
Yeah. It's like, my
Um.
mission is you die, so die.
Yeah. You know. So, but we'll get more into that in spoilers. But as of right now, I'm giving it an 8 with Sam. So if we don't see you in the spoiler section, be great to yourself, be good to others, tell somebody you care about them, make their day better. Trust me on that. I'm RT, Sea Witch, Buttons, Yo Mama. Peace, guys.
And now that all the losers are gone,
Yeah.
we get into the real shit. Oh, did you have an intro you wanted to...
I was gonna put something
Oh.
there, but Sam, spoilers now. We're in spoilers. Go
Oh.
ahead. Just let loose.
Well, first of all, I just want to say I love Dermot Mullaney.
You did a good job.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Isn't it Mel
I know you're
Roney?
saying the actor's name, but
Isn't it Mel Roney?
I don't know.
I know
I
you.
just learned his name was Dermot.
I know you're saying the actor's name, but
Oh, the killer.
okay,
Yeah, the dad, the cop.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
He was in my best friend's wedding. He was the
Yeah.
guy that Julia Roberts was trying to steal away from.
Really?
Oh no shit!
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wait,
Yeah.
who's your best friend?
Straight ahead as him.
How does she know someone so famous? I don't...
Are you trying to make that your catchphrase?
It's just gonna it's something I say all the time.
What do you say?
Straight.
Oh,
my
yeah,
catchphrase
we're
is "Gadoodled."
Oh.
Every
I
time
just feel like
someone-
that's a
someone,
one-way
like, slap
road,
happy,
because if I
make
would
happy,
say-
I'm like "Gadoodled."
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
you can't
Lovely.
pretty quick. Just saying, that's a one-way street there.
Yep.
Anyway, he's got the card license.
Okay.
But so
Walking stick.
Yeah.
Paper towels. It's paper towels, guys. Don't worry.
That's the thing. It's like if I want to be timed, I can't be interrupted.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not gonna
go
happen.
start now. Yeah, talk to those two. I can sit here and listen. But go ahead and start from now. I'll give you a fresh 2 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, Dermot Mulroney, whatever.
Maroney.
And
Mulroney.
Scoodoodle.
Oh god. So I couldn't watch that one scene where they're crawling on that ladder from one apartment to the building. I was like, absolutely not. Who? No, you fight. You fight that guy. That is your best option. Do not go out a window.
I got something to say about that scene.
Oh god.
Yeah, me too.
I couldn't watch it.
You couldn't watch it?
When the last girl was like, well, of course she was the last one. She's bleeding to death. She's gonna die. Like the whole, I pulled my sweater up and I'm just like, I can't, because I was watching that scene through my sweater and then I was like, no, I can't even watch that. Like,
Wait, so you didn't see what happened to her?
no, I assume she
smashes her-
crushes into like a weird combobulous blob of a body.
Bashes her face against the dumpster.
Oh yeah,
Fucking
that
sick.
was great.
Oh yeah.
No, no.
That was when Jack was sitting next to me. He's like, Jesus Christ.
Ugh. No.
Oh. Can I say what I have to say about that particular scene? Let's talk about that scene
Yeah.
in a minute.
All right, we talked
But this
about
is
that
part
scene
of
this time.
Sam's 2 minutes still. So.
Yeah, so you don't get any more. So every movie where they have a scene like that, where there's one person who's just like, they have to cross the whatever to get to
Yeah.
everybody, and this
One at a
last
time.
person, and they're always like, no, I can't. My reaction to that is then fucking don't. Just
Yeah.
fucking die. Shut
Well,
up.
You just watch
Yeah.
two people do
Deuces.
so. It
Yeah.
can be done.
You're annoying. Move your fucking ass or get killed.
Right.
Yeah.
Jesus
right.
Christ. Yeah.
It's just, yeah. Well, the killer's over there, and we're all over here.
Yeah.
So we're.
I mean, I'm afraid of heights too, but if I got a scream behind
We're
me,
just gonna
Yeah.
go.
I'm gonna fucking boogie
You got
across
somebody you
the-
want us to call?
I always just find that annoying, that last person. Oh, I can't do it. And their friends are like, yes, you can. It's like, just fucking leave them. Jesus Christ.
Emotional, damn it!
It's like, oh, I can't die.
To be fair, she was stabbed in the gut.
Well,
Yeah.
still.
That's the thing. I was like, and she was bleeding. Okay, this
She
was
would've bled
bleeding
out
for like
before
a
that.
whole 10 minutes.
I know.
Like hemorrhaging blood. I was like, she wouldn't have gotten to the ladder.
Yeah.
Like they would have gotten us set up, and she would have been passed out.
Right.
Well, I
Nobody
got
got
one
so
better
much
for
blood in
you.
ya.
He's locked in the apartment with 5 other people by himself. I did not see anything about a double person being there.
Oh.
That's a good point.
There's 5 people.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's
And
in the
he's
apartment.
by
There's only
himself.
One door. It's locked. Call the cops.
As far as we
There-
know, he's by himself. There's no.
Yeah.
There was no evidence that there was a second killer at that point.
Right.
Janet
right.
Ortega and Chad were outside
Yeah,
Mhm.
with the only exit out of where he could have, except the other window.
yeah. So, like, I don't understand. Okay, fine. He took your knives. So? You don't have a lamp?
Yeah.
You don't have a
Baseball
phone?
bat?
Oh, I know. When she's like looking for a knife and then she doesn't know what to do, I'm like, fucking hit him in the head with something.
Grab
Yeah.
a fork. That's a
Yeah.
prong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
any heavy object around your fucking house.
Like,
you
Which
know.
she did eventually.
Which she finally did, yeah, but.
It's like, can you just have sense at the get-go, please?
I know.
Yeah, she couldn't think of anything else, so she grabbed the knife holder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went
And that's-
back to get them. It's like, there's not another heavy thing in the room.
I think that is one of the things I liked better about the first Scream movies, is because I think they did this better in those ones, where you know it's just somebody they know in this fucking costume. It's not like where it's like Jason or some kind of
Pinhead
haunting, or where the people don't
It's
know
not
what they're
Michael,
dealing with.
it's not Frankie.
Yeah,
it's-
like
Yeah,
you know,
those-
it's just one of your fucking friends. Like I
Right.
feel like they did a better job in the first movies of like beating the shit out of the person, and
Yeah.
him like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
be-
making it
actually
kind
be
of funny.
stupefied.
Like, yeah, he was getting his ass kicked all the time,
Yeah.
and they did some
Well,
of that, but
They don't
Yeah.
really. Did they know it was one of their friends in the first one?
well, maybe not in the first one, but by the
Yeah.
second one, they all know it's somebody. You know, they know it's
Oh,
somebody in the
okay.
group.
Well, they
Right.
assume.
Yeah, they know it's just a person in the damn costume.
Right.
Well,
Right.
they
Some
assume in the
superhumans.
second one is
Yeah.
somebody because it happened last time it was, which technically, I guess in a way it was, but it wasn't because like the killers in that was not one of really any of their friends. They were just people there, you know.
Well, yeah, but still, they know it's just like it's not like some supernatural or super,
right?
You know,
Zero supernatural anything going on.
Yeah, you got a good chance.
You know, it's a human being.
Yes,
you
it's
know,
a human. They have a knife. They want to kill you. That's it.
Yeah.
No curse. No blood promise.
What was with everybody with the gun in that movie? Just holding their gun until the person with the knife came, ran up and stabbed him. Like, fucking shoot him.
Right.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, even like
that happened like 2 or 3 times.
When the cop, like the New York City cop detective, whatever, we're in the spoiler section, so fuck it. He ends up being one of the killers.
Yeah.
And at the final battle, he's got a gun pointed at her. She don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
And she just runs at him. He doesn't even pull the trigger. I'm like, and you were the killer?
Right.
Like, huh?
Yeah, that was like, she did like a endgame run. She was just like,
Yeah. She just went, assemble. And fucking just took off. Like, Captain America said it somewhere. She just went, yeah. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be the blonde FBI agent. I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
But when he said all that, because I remember he asked for her file.
Oh.
I kind of felt like it was the cop the whole time.
But I did.
Did you?
Yeah, because
I did too.
Yeah, because the guy was badass and he was fucking stabbing people in the gut. He was the only one that was big enough to be doing that shit.
I suspected him pretty early on too. You can ask Sam.
He did look a little crazy the whole time.
Well, I even went to Sam. I said, I think he has something to do with it because there was like he started saying things we didn't even know about him. All of a sudden, like he went, both my kids are gone, and I'm like, both. We only knew she was your daughter.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, you had another one? And then he says like his wife was dead too, and I'm like,
yeah, my whole family's.
What the? Why are you bringing all this up out of nowhere? There was nothing to show that he had more than just that daughter.
Yeah.
And then so when he started adding, I'm like, well, wait a minute. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I heard that line and I thought, oh, that must be a reference to, because I honestly can't remember anything about Scream 5. I must have seen it, but I don't remember it. But I thought it must.
You've seen it. We saw it in theaters.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought, oh, it must be a reference to something that happened in Scream 5, and I just can't remember what. But yeah, that was, yeah.
The girl, Quinn, she did say that she did tell that story about her brother dying, like towards the beginning when after that girl got splashed on.
Who? Which one is Quinn again?
The redhead killer.
Oh, okay.
She did say that. Yeah. About how she told a story about how she lost her brother.
Yeah.
And I did think that she was. I thought it was her at first, but then she got killed, and I was like, oh, it's not her.
Right.
But it was
well,
on my radar.
She got killed.
Yeah.
There's at one point in the same apartment scene, she's made out to look like a victim, so we think she's dead.
Right.
But then surprise, again, spoiler section, so get over it. Your warning. She's the second killer. And then, just throw it out there because he's going to come up anyway. There was a third. This is the first one that's had 3, I think. Right?
I thought that was a good twist, yeah.
They had 3. So, this is the first one that has 3 killers, which turns out to be one of their, like, shy, nerdy friends.
Yeah.
Did anybody else during that one scene where the one scream comes and the other one and the other... I feel like I'm in that raptor scene in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
You're there.
Just wait for Chris Pratt to show up.
Right? Just...
Clever girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the fact that nobody knew how to use a gun, apparently.
Yeah.
Or
like the one guy who's like trying to get their attention. He's right across. It's like throw something at their fucking window.
Yeah.
He's like, hey.
Break
like,
shit.
Yeah. So see, that's what I mean about. I think the first movies were better because there was less of that stuff where you're watching it and going, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Right.
Like, yeah.
There was a point where he was going to open his window, and I was like, if that shit's jammed with all those muscles, he can't rip that shit open.
You know, I will say, he had that ladder sitting there.
Yeah, why do you have a ladder in an apartment? Who's living in New York in an apartment and has a fucking full-size ladder?
Probably a fire escape thing.
Could be.
Kind of jank-ass apartment. You got to bring your own fire escape.
They have the actual fire escape.
Yeah.
They're in New York City, the land of fire escapes.
Maybe he was a construction worker or something.
That's what I was thinking. It's like,
can't afford New York apartments are expensive, man. You can't afford a storage unit.
I'm just saying, it takes a lot of getting over there.
That's true. Yeah.
Seems like that metal. I don't know. Or he could have done it earlier. A lot of holes.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, can an aluminum ladder like that support?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know.
Is that a metal ladder?
If you're questioning anything about that ladder, if you're questioning anything about that ladder, you should be questioning how Ghostface was able to shake it, because there are two of them holding one end. So that's two people that put their full weight to stop it from shaking.
Right. I think a person from the other end would be able to shake it though. Yeah, because you figure with
I'll think to that seriously.
With like physics and all that, like a whole lot of weight on one end doesn't.
Who listens to
you
physics?
You can still. Physics, that's all made up. That's a government conspiracy.
Yeah. Listen, quit being sheep, okay?
Look into it, sheep.
Quit being sheep.
Look it up.
Listen, Earth is flat.
Chemistry is a bunch of bullshit too.
Sun is a big satellite.
Yeah, it revolves around us.
And the moon comes and visits and makes me in the ass.
Yeah. The other day I was laying awake all night, wondering what happened to this.
It came to smack me in the ass.
No, I was wondering what happened to the sun, and then it dawned on me. I just heard that show I watched last night.
That's it. So they're the killers. The whole reasoning behind this. I mean, I guess let's try to go from the beginning. So let's start from the beginning here, real quick. At first, you get the start, the first kill, which is always a random phone call, somebody talk, whatever. Girl gets lured into a New York City
alley.
Oh, yeah.
Who's also supposed to be, I guess, a horror movie major professor or whatever.
Yeah, she does
studies like 90 slashers or whatever.
Yeah, she was a film study.
Film study with slasher specialist or some shit, whatever.
Yeah.
And she falls for this, so I'm like, okay, you must have a lot of shots to not even think this was a bad idea.
The most nervous, non-self-confident professor ever.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm watching that scene, I'm thinking, just back up 5 fucking steps and you're back out of the alley. Like, everybody, like, whole civilization is, like, right there. You can still see it. Like,
it's like, you never met this guy. You've never seen his face.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
You're on a blind date to begin with. The guy calls and then...
his profile picture was on the phone when he called.
Yeah,
so she knows what he looks like.
But still, as soon as his voice changes in the alley and he's like, arr, arr, I mean, you just book it back to the...
Heels or not.
Yeah.
Take him off.
She just stays on the phone like... What's going on?
Yeah.
Like,
so Ghostface kills her and then just unmasks.
That was.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like Sam even heard. I think you heard me go, what?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, you're taking like the funnest part about seeing the Scream movie for the first time, about the whole trying to figure it out yourself. You take that out of my hands. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I was ready to hate this fucking movie after that.
Yeah.
I was like, this is gonna. I don't give a fuck what happens. This movie sucks already.
See, I think.
But that's a twist, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, I figured when he did that, my first reaction was like, oh shit, that's different. Like, we don't usually... But then I thought, no, there's going to be like another one or something, because there's no way we're going to go... Because that's the point of the movie.
Well, when it kept after it started keep following him, like even going to his apartment, I'm like, we're not going to get this much detail on this killer already. What the fuck is going on at this point? And then, of course... They get killed, which I didn't want to have to sit there and watch a movie with Flash Thompson from Spider-Man being the killer.
Yeah.
Is that who that guy was?
Yeah, he plays the Spider-Man's bully in the Spider-Man movie.
Oh, yeah.
The one that wrote a book, thinks he's a shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My real life?
Huh? No.
Oh, in the book. Okay.
Anyway, in Spider-Man. So, he's dead. After finding his decapitated roommate stuffed in the fridge.
Yeah.
Which was fucking
great.
Yeah. Which then we go from that to our main lead woman.
Okay. Also, his line when he killed his victim was terrible. I don't remember what it was, but I was like, what cheesy bullshit.
I thought it was, because it's actually now,
great.
Because after we saw the end of we know the ending and everything. It makes a lot of sense because this wasn't about movies.
No, not his. I mean, Flash Thompson's line when he kills the blonde bitch in the alley. His was cheesy. I was like, oh, that's terrible. But when the guy gets...
Yeah, I see red.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Because she said the restaurant was a red building.
Oh, yeah.
And he said he couldn't see any red building or see anything red.
Couldn't see anything red.
And then, that was cheesy. But
that was
the actual killers...
exactly.
Because that was supposed to be cheesy because it's supposed to highlight how badass the actual killers ending line was.
Right, yeah.
What was the real killer's ending line?
He said, "Who gives a
shit?
who gives a shit about movies or something
He
like
says,
that."
yeah, he says, who gives a fuck about movies?
Yeah.
Because the guy was like, I gotta finish the movie. He goes, who gives a fuck about movies? And then kills him.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when, like, you knew, this is a whole different Ghostface. He doesn't even give a shit about movies.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
doesn't give a fuck about movies.
Yeah.
I did like how Ghostface was stabbing in this. How he was like super fast, like. It was like, damn, dude.
It was anger
Yeah.
and rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, a couple of the people that survive it, I was like, that guy got stabbed like 50 times. Like,
Yeah.
not fucking surviving.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking it was like when you play RPG and the final armor you get's like a bikini, but it gives you like 3,000 armor rating, and it doesn't make any sense at all. I was like, man, all these people must have like rings that give them 1,000 armor ratings.
yeah, there's a few times. Yeah, we'll get to that. I'm just kind of going through the movie. So we leave that. The main character is like at a therapist.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name.
I don't know, but she looked like Wonder Woman, kind of. I mean, she doesn't really look like... She looked like she could play Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She does look a little like Gal Gadot.
Well, I thought the
bone structure.
wrist
The
gauntlets.
gold wristbands. Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
It kind
and she kept doing this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We can't stay on topic.
I was like, gold wrist. I don't know.
There was that scene where she twirled around and she was in a bikini or like a swimsuit.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
that
Well,
was good.
and then when she took out Ghostface with the lasso, I was like, "What is this? A fucking western?"
She took off and
Alright, anyway, she's in therapy.
we're all
And the therapist.
join her.
And the therapist.
He needed to have his fucking license revoked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that fucker.
That guy was an
Jesus
asshole.
Christ.
Like,
Oh
he
my
goes,
God.
I need information if you want me to help. And she gives him all the information. I was almost killed. My dad's a psycho. And, you
Here's
know,
my
Yeah.
struggles.
all
Please
this
help
other
me.
Yeah. And he went, I have to alert the authorities.
Yeah.
It's like, huh?
It's like,
Which-
you're crazy,
so-
which is what therapists are not supposed.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to do.
Well, I was watching that. I was thinking, bullshit. You don't have to alert. First of all, she didn't. You have to alert the authorities if you're a therapist. If somebody says they're going
Confess
to
it
hurt
to
somebody or hurt themselves, she didn't do
She
that.
basically said, I'm afraid I'm going to hurt somebody. And he took that as you're
Right.
going to hurt somebody.
Right.
He's an idiot.
mean,
Anyway,
she
he
confessed
does
to
get his
what-
comeuppance.
Yeah,
So,
he does.
You know,
Yes, he
he's
does.
fucking annoying.
She confessed to what she did before, but that was like already known.
We already know her
Fucking
sister
right.
is going to a frat party.
Mm-hmm.
So she leaves after the therapist threatens to call the cops, basically. She leaves, goes home. Her and her little sister's roommate is getting jiggy with it.
Who's Paul?
Who's Paul? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Paul? Who the fuck is Paul? It's like, oh shit. You just got her busted. She finds out her little sister went to the frat party. They go to the frat party. Pretty much all the other characters from the last movie is there. The two Randy's cousins,
Niece
or
and nephew.
niece and nephew. Yep. And obviously her sister. Her sister's like plastered, looking for more booze. This creepy guy offers to get her more booze. Oh, well, I got some in my upstairs room, and she's like, "Oh yeah, sure." Well, hesitantly, you know, at first, but
Until she fully commits.
yeah, until she
Drunkenly.
fully commits, and then
Yeah.
but the one the what's his name? Randy's nephew, basically. Chad, is that what it is?
Yeah.
He gets alerted by one of his sister's girlfriend, I think it was.
Yeah.
Said they needed him. He went over there and helped make sure she didn't get basically, you know, DR.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, can I just say though that I really, really liked that scene. I really liked that scene. How her friends were like, they were trying to get her away from the guy, and they were like, "Hey, maybe we should all get going," you know. And
Yeah.
then when she kept going on with the guy, they went and got their other friends, and then they came and
Yeah.
got like all of her whole friend group was just like, "Nope, this ain't happening. You're not
No.
going with that creep."
Yeah.
And I think more people need to be doing that, looking out for each other. Like
well,
that,
and that's
because-
why it's good.
Regardless
that
of what
we're
she's
done.
saying, what she's doing, she is not in a state where she can consent.
right.
So.
So
Right.
I thought that I really liked that scene. That was a good.
Yeah.
That was a good message to get out there. Like,
Yep.
I'm gonna tase him in the balls real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny because they about to fight, and the big sister.
Yeah, oh yeah, she gets told by the roommate where her sister.
Yeah, because she got told. She shows up, and to bring her taser just in case something like this happens, basically.
Yeah.
And she goes, "It's okay, it's okay. I'm gonna tase you in the nuts," and she just tases him right in the balls. It was so good. But then, of course, this leads to her and her little sister having an argument about you can't just always watch me or interfere, even though she did the right thing. But hey,
it's like, oh,
you know, you gotta have some sort of conflict, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the little sister's still drunk. She's still talking out of her ass.
And like,
but,
not completely wrong.
Yeah. And we find out, you know, people think that. What the hell? Sam. Oh, yes. Jesus Christ. Sam, who's the oldest sister, they say that she's the one that killed everybody in Woodsboro in the last movie, and she framed her boyfriend and his girlfriend or whatever. You see that people splashing her with water, and the reason why that's kind of important because it comes back every now and then throughout the movie. You know, the cop sees the phone footage because they cut out the part where they splash her to make it look she's nuts.
Yeah.
Which I think that was a good commentary on what happens to people with, you know, social media and different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
well, even just main media, even like, I'm not one of those that's like, oh, the media's always lying to you, but like, it shows that how media could, you know what I mean?
It shows somebody like on YouTube freaking out, but you don't know what might have happened before that. That got them to that point. That maybe if you'd been there, maybe you'd be freaking out too.
It teaches you context.
Yeah.
Because that video, you know, if I just saw that, I'd be like, yeah, she's crazy, but we saw what happened before that, so we know context that she's pissed off because she just threw a fucking cherry Pepsi in her face. Yeah. So anyway,
I will say I feel like the movie was trying to convince me that the government's not full of lizards, and I didn't like that because it's definitely full of lizards. And more people need to be aware of that. So
So I'm glad we're able to get that message out there. Government's full of lizards.
So
in case you didn't know it.
Later on, they're all back at the at Sam's and her sister's apartment. Sam makes out with the neighbor who we saw her secretly with, but she does not really tell anybody.
Yeah.
They get called upstairs. That's when they first see the news report about a ghost face mask being found at the crime scene. They try to get out, but they can't because cops need to talk to them because they found her license at the crime scene. So, you know, talking all that. Gail shows up after they talk to the cops, and turns out one of the cops is, you know, the killer. We learn later, but
hey, that whole thing with Gail writing a book, like. It was almost like the exact same story. Is that? Are you supposed to? Because I was just like, that's just the same story again. But is that the point?
Yeah, no, I thought it was whack.
Yeah.
I also thought it was whack.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well,
the whole them being angry at her for writing a book or whatever. I don't get why everyone's always angry about books.
Well, you got to figure. You got to figure this is their first trauma. When Gail did it to Sydney, it was on her first trauma.
Right.
So.
But I mean, them being mad and even hitting Gail about her writing that book. It's just like the first thing. Is that like? Does the movie know? Hey, we know. Like, is that the joke or the whatever? Like, we know we're doing this exact thing we did before, or are they trying to get away with something? And you're going, they already did that.
I think they're showing Gail's personality in a way of that she hasn't learned anything.
Yeah.
And she's still pissing people off by writing.
There's nothing wrong about writing books, damn it.
Well,
you can write a book.
But
I think her
she doesn't get permission of everybody.
You don't gotta get permission. She's a reporter. That's her job as a reporter.
Yeah, but she could change their names. She doesn't even change their names.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And I think it kind of makes her like a little less likable, so you don't feel as bad that this character that's been in the last 5 movies died.
That's true. Yeah, I do like the line about now somebody can make money off your death.
Yeah.
That was a good line.
I missed what you said.
I like the line about how he says now somebody can make money off of your death. Yeah.
So, they run into Gail after talking to the cops. They knock her out, or knocked her block off, just like Sydney did. Where'd they go after that? I think they met up with their friends in the park. I think.
Hold on a second. She doesn't die.
Who doesn't die?
Gail.
We don't know.
She's in the hospital, and at the end of the movie, the one chick that was in the hospital comes running back, but they mention that Gail and the other girl, because the guy's like, well, after we're done here, we have to go kill them, make sure they don't wake up.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, she doesn't die.
Yeah.
She wasn't confirmed dead by the paramedics either.
Oh, that's true.
But we're moving forward here, or we're jumping forward here. We're trying to go in order here.
All right, go ahead.
So now, after they punch Gail, they meet their friends at the park, explain the whole thing about franchise. Franchise rules now and all that shit.
Now that I know that girl was the niece of Randy, that I like the joke a lot better. How she's the one who's explaining the whole franchise.
Well,
thing.
they established that in the last.
Yeah, but for some reason I don't remember the last movie. I blanked it
I don't
out.
remember the last 4 movies.
I remember the last one had the kid from 13 Reasons Why, and he was blonde and gay, and then got stabbed in the neck.
Oh,
I don't think he was gay.
He was gay. They never said it, but he was gay.
Sounds like nobody runs with that haircut unless you're gay.
Yeah,
Anyway.
no.
The first one had the guy from 13 Ghosts. Remember that?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the 13th joke there.
So where do they go after the park? They went.
Um,
I'm trying to remember. Did they go back to their apartment to stay together?
Yes.
Is that where we're at?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So then, so then they're at the apartment.
Yeah.
This is when Ghostface calls. Or he doesn't even call
No,
anybody.
he doesn't call. He
just shows up. He gets seen by the neighbor. The neighbor's too stupid to actually get a hold of him. Also, she's too embarrassed to answer her damn phone because he did call her, and she's just like, nope.
Because they're making fun of her.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And they think they're hearing the roommate getting freaky again, and until finally she notices him, I think.
Well,
he sends her a picture.
He sends them all the pictures.
Yeah, he sends them all the
Like,
pictures.
hey, yo, so
their bloody roommate.
then they go in there to try to save her. They kind of kick his ass a little bit.
Yeah.
She runs to go grab a knife out of her knife thing. The knives are just all gone all of a sudden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they fight, and then they end up. Some of them get cut within this fight. They go into the room. I guess where the murder happened. And the boyfriend across brings out his ladder.
His full-size ladder.
His full-size ladder he's got in his apartment, which I'm just going to guess he was a construction worker or something. He kind of had it built like a construction worker.
I think it's a fire escape.
But so he brings that over. They all climb, and they're all kind of being babies about it. I'm sorry, but like...
Yeah.
No, I would have died. I would have stayed in that apartment.
I would have just scooted my ass across the ladder.
I would have been like, oh, ladder across the alleyway? Oh, please take me.
No, I would have been able to get
I am
past that
terrified
ladder
of heights, but I would have fucking been across that ladder. Fucking Ghostface is behind you. I mean, just look straight. Don't look down. Look straight ahead. Look at the guy.
They all kept looking down. Yeah. So, and then the last girl, she got stabbed in the stomach earlier during the fight. It's Randy's niece's girlfriend, I guess. She's getting really chicken scared out of her.
That's when I was like, kill her.
Yeah, but she's losing blood too.
Like,
yeah,
just die.
Yeah.
Ghostface comes up behind her.
Yeah.
And they all just go quiet, like they can't believe it. Even though it's like, no, that's when you go, look behind you, come on. Don't everybody just get quiet. Call outs.
Right. Communication.
He just
yes, chef.
puts the knife down, which I like the way he did it, by the way. It was pretty cool to me. And then starts shaking the ladder and tilting it until she loses grip and she falls.
That was interesting. I was like, why are you shaking it? Just give it a shove.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
What's all the dramatics, dude?
Or you could even just pull it.
Oh, yeah. Just
that's kind of what I expected them to do, was just to do a yank and they're like fighting to hold it or whatever.
Bring another one with them for holding on too tight.
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
2 for 1.
Yeah. 2 for 1.
But so he tilts it, she falls and just hits her face on the dumpster.
Oh, yeah.
So fucking
hard.
And I just lost it because I'm a sicko.
I was so glad because I was doing this because I heard the reactions of everyone in the theater. And I was like, oh, God.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I'm gonna wake you up from a nap and just have that scene like on my phone.
A sleep paralysis even.
So, next scene, cops are here. They're at the scene of the crime and everything. The nerdy friend that you only saw a handful of times, really. I don't even remember his name. To be fair, I don't remember half of everybody's name.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know he was like the nerd friend because he kept saying he was at some like con.
Curly
whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, so they're like, they don't trust him because he was supposedly at a con with hundreds of people, but no way to show it.
He was at econ class.
Econ class, yeah. All right.
He was at Comic-Con.
Well, I knew it was some con, so whatever. Anyway, Comic-Con, whatever. Anyway, supposedly around 100 people.
Yeah.
They don't trust him. The detective that's been on this case.
Who's the dad of the girl that got killed?
Who's the dad of the girl who got, killed?
Already.
We're not putting her on a kill count yet. And then Gale shows up, and somehow Gale has found this lair that the other two died in the beginning that we thought were going to be the killers.
Oh, yeah, we're introduced to the FBI agent, which I guess is the girl from...
Scream 4.
Yeah.
She was the one that was like the movie nerd with the really short hair, blonde hair.
Oh!
In Scream 4.
Okay, well now she's an FBI agent.
Yeah.
Oh.
But now she's 30 and she's an FBI
Okay,
agent.
no.
But she doesn't find the secret lair. Gale Weathers does.
Yeah. Well, I've been tracking their money trail or whatever, and still couldn't find somehow whatever. Anyway, so they go to it and it's a shrine. It's got stuff like there's so much stuff in there. I was glancing all around the screen. There was
That was pretty cool.
Like-
that whole setup, I thought.
well, you saw like Stu's yellow or red robe from the first one.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That red robe, yeah, it was like front and center.
I saw
and
Billy's
his
like
sister,
bloody T-shirt.
his
Yeah.
sister's outfit that got killed in the first one with the garage door. Her like dress and top was
Oh, okay.
mannequin.
The one
Basic.
plaid skirt.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh.
And then you had, Dewey's gun and, the TV that killed Stu.
The
Every single Ghostface outfit throughout the series.
the glow in the dark one from the beginning of the second, where he goes
Yeah.
around the theater.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
There were a couple things, and I think the jacket was there too.
And I like how
There's
they had
a
all the-
lot.
I like how they had all those drawings around, kind of. With
Yeah.
that stuff.
Well, I guess
Kind of neat.
that was the killer from the last one. He drew those.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Makes
sense.
That's what his
Oh.
dad was explaining. He drew all that
Oh, okay.
to put with whatever. So a lot of stuff. I mean, the
Museum.
Mrs. Loomis's
Mm-hmm.
outfit,
Suit. Yeah, the
suit
white
she
suit.
wore, the white suit
Oh, yeah.
was there. I was trying to think of some other things I know I saw in there. Oh, a lot of stuff.
When they
Yeah.
showed her picture, I really thought she was going to be in
Oh.
I thought, people were. There was a thing where people were like, "Oh, Stu was never really confirmed dead. You just saw the TV go on him. Maybe he's back in this one." Like people were really looking for it. And when I saw his picture, I was like, "I wonder if they're actually going to bring him back in this." Because like he's even been like asked about it, and he just kind of bounces around the question.
Huh.
And like I've seen
He's
footage of
always
him at
thinking about
Comic Cons, it's kind of like, "Oh, like he was at one when they were filming this. He goes, "Oh, well, they were filming it, and I might be there, I might not be, you never know, so it's like,
He just likes fucking with people.
yeah, but
Is there gonna be another one? You think?
you could leave it open, who knows?
I mean, they did.
Yeah, so, but so they see this thing, can't really remember where
And
they
then
go
it just
from there.
kind of goes on from there with Ghostface chasing people.
Don't they decide to do the okay, you guys go walk around the park, have Ghostface call you.
Oh, yeah.
So they can track the phone.
So they can track the phone. So they do that.
They make fun of the.
Denise makes a good point where it's like, oh, so you just put them out in public thinking they're safe? Yeah, in the middle of the day. Yeah, that's what happened to my.
Yeah.
Even in a van
which
like
is
this.
Another one of my favorite liners from "Fuck you."
Yeah. From Scream 2.
He is my I think he's my favorite character from
Randy?
the movies. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ghostface does call. They trace it. He's not even at the park. He's at Gail's house.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they were like, when she says the address, and they realize where he's at. Yeah.
So they steal the cop car, but the cop is like, what do you think you're doing? Like, doesn't even try to stop him, really. He's just like, hey, don't
Yeah.
go,
Just
no.
kind of lazily yanks at the door. Like, hey,
hey, wait, that's my car.
don't stop.
Yeah.
No.
So they steal his car, they drive over there. Gail gets called by the killer. Tells her boyfriend, I laughed so hard when I saw this. She tells her boyfriend to go call the cops. And at one point, she's like, you're like the 10th person to try this, right? And he says something like, it didn't, they never met me or something like that. And he's like, all of a sudden you see her boyfriend behind walking to her, and he just gets grabbed.
Yeah.
Quietly.
Yeah, Killer on the
Sword in
phone
the
says,
shadow.
Ghostface stealth is a max 10. Like, that's...
Yeah. Well, I
The,
guess it makes sense if you're a cop.
Huh?
I guess it makes sense if you are a cop.
That's true. Yeah. The Ghostface on the phone, he says something like, yeah, but he left quite a trail of bodies in his wake, or something like that to the effect.
Mhm.
And that Razzie's grabbing the guy.
Yeah. And then he throws him in front of her, basically.
I
Or a
did know-
bookshelf.
I did
Yeah.
notice that during their fight scene, like he stabs her in the chest, and then he
Yeah.
stabs her in the stomach. And then they're fighting
Leg.
more. And as they're fighting more, there is no blood.
Leg.
Huh?
He stabs her in the chest, and then he stabs her in the leg.
I thought he stabbed her in the stomach.
He stabbed her in the
Oh.
stomach when she went to go kill him with an oil knife.
Right.
Yeah.
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 He
Because
grabs the glass.
leg and chest wounds are superficial compared to the stomach.
No, I just kept looking at the bottom of her sweater, and I was thinking she had gotten stabbed in the stomach. And I'm like, why is there
It was a red sweater, Mom.
Oh, did anybody else notice how her hair tie matched her shirt?
I did. I was like, oh.
I was like, of course you would.
We did skim over. I did forget to say the reason why I've been saying Ghostface don't give a shit is there's one part we skipped over when they were going to talk to the cops. They get the phone call and Ghostface chases them into a store.
Oh, yeah.
And he just goes in there and this one guy goes, dude, we got a problem. He just got tilt. He does a Michael and just tilts his head and just stabs the shit out of him.
Yeah, that was
you're in my way.
Yeah, that was like how I was saying. I like how he stabs people because that was one of those.
It was fucking quick. Yeah, it was like he got like 10 stabs within 2 seconds.
Yeah. Like a jackhammer.
Yeah, and then the store owner can't use a shotgun.
No.
Yeah, that was one of those times I was talking about. Like, why is everybody with a gun in this movie? It was just like
so incompetent.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he thought he had to say hey.
Like stormtroopers.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, but at least stormtroopers don't even just go have the aim and then go hey.
Yeah.
That's what he did. He's like shh, hey.
Hey, I am about to shoot you.
Ghostface fucking all of a sudden just books it.
Yeah.
Gets the shotgun, kills the owner. They get away though, luckily. That scene was actually pretty intense too.
Yeah.
But get back where we were. He fights Gale. Gale gets killed.
She says something.
We don't know if she's dead. They don't really confirm
she's
it.
in
They
the
don't really
hospital
not
alive
confirm
at
it.
the end of the movie.
What was her line when she's in that room by herself and she shoots through the door? And then she has a line that was one of those lines I didn't think was as good as the lines.
Like, what if I'm wearing body armor? He says, what if I'm wearing body armor? And she's like, I'm going to shoot you in the fucking head.
Oh.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess that, yeah.
That's
what you're supposed to do.
And I felt like that was supposed to be like some big line.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's not
Didn't
that
make
good.
the impact I wanted.
Yeah. Do you think, well, maybe if we don't know she's dead. I was just thinking, I wonder if Courtney Cox was like, could you just fucking kill me already? I'm sick of doing these movies. But maybe if we don't know she's dead, maybe that didn't happen.
I don't know why she said it, but I don't like. She already Sydney wasn't in this movie, but you know, Sydney already knows Gail's pretty much a badass in a way. Like she's annoying, but she's a badass when she's got to fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like she tells him when she's like passing out, because we don't know if she's dead, so I'm just gonna say passing out.
Mm-hmm.
Tell Sydney he never got me. You know,
right.
I don't know if she's saying that so Sydney won't be scared, maybe. Or like that line kind of confused me a little bit. I'm like, why? She knows that if you even if you die, she would know that you fought the shit out of him before he got you.
Yeah, I think it was just like an egotistical thing because Gail's like she made it 5 movies so far. And she lived.
That could be.
You didn't fucking get me yet.
Yeah. Unless there's like I don't know, maybe there's a line in the past movies I just can't think of.
Well,
like maybe.
That could be.
Like was there a line at all where like Sydney said, "I'm gonna make a book out of you" or something like that one of these days? Like maybe that's why she said that. That's a comedy joke. I don't know. But anyway,
I think maybe it's like a fear thing.
Yeah.
Like she never got she was never scared. You know?
Oh yeah.
Maybe
like
that's what she meant.
Right. Like he didn't get her in some kind of not physical way, but like
yeah.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah. So she passes out. Is
that when they get their plan to go to the
I think that's
museum?
when they get the plan,
Yeah.
To trap him into so that they're gonna bring him to the shrine, basically. The museum the Ghostface Museum. And trap him in there. So they do that. The plastic piece of starting to fall. So they do that. The one detective, the New York cop, he says, "Don't trust the FBI agent from the fourth one, whatever her Amy or whatever her name was."
Whatever it was.
Says, "Don't trust her. FBI. She's been released months ago. They said she was losing her mind or whatever." So they actually made it. I almost thought I was wrong. I thought she was for a second because he says all that, and then she kind of has this look like,
yeah,
easy, you know.
Yeah,
right.
She looks like she's doing some shady shit there for a minute, and I'm like, oh, maybe it is her.
Suspicious.
So then they're doing all this. Ghostface, Jenna Ortega's. I remember her fucking real name for some reason. Character. That's her real name, Jenna Ortega.
Oh, I thought you said General Ortega.
Her and what was his name again?
Chad.
Chad. Yeah. they make out. They were making all of a sudden this out of nowhere love story between them when they didn't show nothing from the last one.
Next to me, Jack's like, you don't have time to be kissing.
Yeah, I heard him. He's like, this isn't the time. You should have did that way back when. And then she even tells him you should have did this a while ago. I'm like, even the 7-year-old knows.
Yeah.
So, and then of course, bad timing to do that because Ghostface shows up, stabs her, he moves her out of the way, and gets in a fight. Ends up. That's when we find out there's 3 of them because all 3 of them end up in this, running around.
That was pretty good. I like that because you get the first one and then the second one, which you've had before. So you're like, oh, there was 2, and then the third one, you're like,
2.
oh, fuck.
You're like, wait, there's 3?
Yeah.
Because and they all just all around him. And then at the end, they want to roll up and go, we got another live one. I'm like, bullshit!
Yeah.
That dude is Swiss cheese!
Stabbed the hell out of that
It's
guy.
like he's nearly in half.
This dude tries to drink anything. It's just going to...
You know what I thought was happening when the 3 stabby, Ghostface come out? I thought they were going to keep coming out. I thought they were going to keep coming out, like one for each outfit, and I thought it was going to be like this cult had started or something.
I thought so too. Because that was a theory also.
Because
that was a theory.
That would have been a way better movie.
I thought that's what they were kind of going for. And because I quickly went, okay, and that's why the other 2 got killed, because they went over the cult's head.
Right.
And went to practice, and maybe the cult was like, it's not time yet, and maybe they got punished for doing their own thing.
Right.
So that, that would have been cool, but you never know they could do that.
Yeah.
In the future.
They're probably not going to do that type of thing because they don't the stigma horror movies like.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, horror movies don't create psychopaths. Horror movies just make psychopaths more creative.
Yeah, that's a great line. Well, if
you look disappointed, but that was.
If those of you that make the Scream movies are coming to us for advice right now, looking for ideas.
Just looking for ideas. A cult who follow the movies a little too close. So we find out it's 3. It turns out to be the redheaded roommate that we thought was dead. She ain't dead. The cop is her dad, and then the nerdy one that everybody was suspicious of because he wasn't around during the one attack was it. Those were the 3, and they turned out to be related to the last movie's killer out of nowhere.
Yeah, her boyfriend, who was the killer that she ended up killing, the main girl from this movie. Yeah. Which that was a good twist that it was him because the whole time you're being made to feel like, well, maybe it is him because he wasn't. So because you're being made to feel like it should be him, you're like, oh, it's definitely not him. Yeah. So then it turns out it is him, and you're like, oh, it was fucking him.
Of course.
Right.
Well, and they do the same thing that Scream 2 did. They pissed off parent of one of the killers who was doing horrible things, but the parent just doesn't see it that way.
I think that's why I like these movies. These movies are the twists and stuff. It's very Agatha Christie type storylines. Yeah.
Well, she actually wrote the first 2 screenplays.
Did she? She came back.
So
And
she came back to life. So then, they end up. It's just Jenna Ortega and Sam, and they got bricks.
What in the fuck? That's what I was thinking too. I was like, especially Gail Weathers. She has to run into that room. She got her safe. She's getting her gun out. It's like she doesn't walk around with a fucking gun just strapped to her leg. All the shit she's been through, all the times
at this
happened.
point,
Come on. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The gun laws are too strict in New York.
I'd be throwing away the fucking pizza guy. The guy would be like, pizza's here. I'd be like, oh, sorry. I'm a little jumpy.
That's why the husband answers. So we find out it's them. They explain it's because she killed their son. They're also the ones that started the whole rumor that she's did all the killing.
Oh, yeah.
Because their plan is to make it look like, she's crazy and is a murderer. And then apparently he saves the day, I guess, or whatever. I guess is the plan. But
I did like that, how they talked about how it's not enough to kill somebody nowadays. You got to ruin their reputation.
Yeah.
Because I like how they kind of played off what goes on in the society with everybody.
Well, that's what Scream's good with, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's like even what that one professor lady in the beginning said. Those movies are good because you can see the cultural,
right?
Because that's what horror movies have done for years.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get that at the time. That was foreshadowing of that whole
foreshadowing. Yes. Ha
ha! Look at us! Look at us knowing our literary terms.
Ex Machina. So, after the sister gets her face bashed in with a brick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's spitting out her own teeth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was like.
yeah, that was a great shot.
then they climb up. Jenna Ortega's hanging because she got shot at and missed her footing. Sam's trying to hold her up. They finally learn how they have to let each other go, but they can still entrust each other. You know. She goes down, takes a knife with her when she goes down, and puts it in the dude's mouth.
Yeah.
And which I'm glad because he was saying some sick fucking shit. I always wanted to stick something in you.
I know.
Like, please kill him
Great.
horribly. I want
Yeah.
to see a bad death. And he got one because I've never seen. I even told Sam this. I've never seen somebody get killed by having a knife go through their mouth, like in their mouth.
It reminded me of Castle Rock. When she kills that guy with the ice cream scoop.
So yeah, I haven't watched Castle Rock yet.
That's a great scene.
I did really like that scene where she's hanging and she's like, "You have to let me go," and they both get it. Oh, give her the knife. And yeah, that was a good scene. I like that.
Yeah.
They did that.
Yeah.
So he's dead. Then she's up there by herself, has a gun. I think she shoots.
Yeah, she shoots the redhead.
Yeah, she shoots the redhead. And then she's out of bullets.
And then she's out of bullets. Then the dad, the cop, the other killer shows up, has a gun pointed at her, and she just bolts at him.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. And he doesn't even shoot. He runs towards her while pointing. He's got the gun and he's running towards her. I'm like, do you have to be close?
Yeah, do you guys understand?
Are you a bad shot?
Yeah.
Like, and she,
cop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, an enemy in the distance while I'm holding a distance weapon? What'll I do?
Yeah.
I think she should just surprise him.
It must be.
He was expecting her to run away, and she started running towards him. And he's like,
"Oh shit!
What?" He just froze under pressure.
So they fall, or she throws him over, and he lands on like a bunch of stuff.
They grapple and then they both fall over.
And then he wakes up. She's disappeared.
Yeah, he crashes on a cabinet.
Yeah.
And she just lands on the floor, which is better, even though they both tell a story.
Yeah,
he went through glass.
He blacks out on the ground, and then they decide to just go hide until he wakes up. That doesn't really make any sense.
They still don't got a key to get. They don't have the keys to get out though.
Yeah, but they could just slit his throat and then
search the body for the keys. The one that shoots the redhead was Amy, the FBI agent.
No,
because she showed back up.
No, she shot him.
Yeah, she shot him.
That's later though.
Oh, that's later.
No, the main chick shoots the redhead on the balcony, and then they fight and all that.
Mm-hmm.
The FBI girl doesn't get back up until after the second time they're fighting the older dude.
Because he goes to where the shrine of all the costumes is, and there's one missing, and it turns out to be Billy's. He gets a phone call from and she stabs the shit out of him too. She goes up his arm, arm. She goes up to stab it all up the arm, all over his chest and everything else, and then her sister shows up, kind of looking like.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, she's like, yeah, you did all this, blah blah blah. And well, you did kill my family though. And then shoves the knife into his eye.
Yeah, she stabs him 37 times, and then it's like, but I'm not gonna kill you. And it's like, I'm pretty sure you've already killed him. I'm pretty sure he's gonna bleed
you severed every arm.
She's like, bam, 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 but I'm not a killer. Well, you're looking like a killer. I don't know. That was one thing I noticed too. Like there were several times in the movies, like you were just said, what's his face? Stab. What the scream face, dude? Ghostface. He's on the ground. They beat him up. He's on the ground, and then they just like, oh, let's run away. It's like, no, keep beating on him.
Yeah.
Fucking kill him.
Yeah.
When they had that one down, and two of them kicked him in the gut. And then they started running. I'm like, no, all three of you go around like a bunch of bullies at a freaking high school movie and kick the shit. Just
have you never seen anybody get mugged before? That's how you do. You just keep going.
Right. He's on the ground. Fucking stop the shit out of him. Yeah. Jesus.
It's like you don't stop until they stop screaming.
Right. Put his face against a curb and stop that shit.
Yeah. People are like, we're never going to where these people live.
Yeah. I'm sure people. As much as I laughed at that trash can death, I'm pretty sure some people in the theater going, we're gonna wait till they leave. So she kills them. Somehow the boyfriend who got stabbed by 3 people 20 times each is alive.
Yeah.
The sister also who got stabbed on the train. We almost forgot that on their way.
Oh yeah, she just comes running up like she's fine.
Yeah, she's like, I know who the killer is.
Yeah. Running up. It's like, no, you definitely put organs back. You had to sew some organs back together. You're not gonna run up to anything. You're gonna wheel up.
She somehow had life-altering surgery and the night before and was able to get there by like 9 in the morning. She was
Covered in
good.
12 hours.
Her insurance wasn't that great. They wouldn't let her stay.
No,
Okay?
yeah, we need the room.
Say go. So yeah, and I thought she was gonna take the mask. She ends up not. She just leaves it like she's gonna probably leave the past in the past, I guess, or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. If another one happens, if not. But yeah, another gruesome scene death was when with the psychiatrist we forgot.
Oh,
He's walking up to the door and you see a silhouette of somebody, you know it's Ghostface because it's got like the fucking pointy head and everything.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like,
And he just lifts up, punches through his glass,
Yeah.
and just pulls him forward
through the
into
wrought iron fence.
like multiple times before finally stabbing him in the gut, and then
That
I
was
think stabbing him in the nose.
Yeah, the
This
nose.
is where he stabbed him. That's right. And that was like right in there too.
for being
You watch
nosy,
it.
I guess.
Yep, that's what happens to being nosy.
That was definitely a like Michael Myers kill. That one
Yeah.
was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That was awesome.
but yeah, so that was Scream 6. Everybody still give it the same rating? 8, 7, 7, 8.
Yeah.
I'm dropping mine to a 6.
Yeah. And
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna stay right around 7. It was good. I liked it. There was a lot of good stuff in it.
Yeah.
You know, there was just some stuff. I feel like in this one there was more stuff that made me go, well, I don't. More than the first 3.
Right. Yeah, like when Gail runs on her balcony. Gail would have a hatch.
Yeah, Gail would
Like,
have.
she had a gun, but I feel like she would have. She had more. She had a nice house. She was loaded.
Right.
She could afford like a
Well,
bulletproof closet, like a one room.
You know
thing
how-
or something. You know.
A panic room.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Gail White. She got all that money. She's been through all that shit. She doesn't have a fucking panic room.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, because if you look at the setup that Sydney had in, 3?
Yeah.
She would have at least had that.
And she wasn't a world international famous writer.
Yeah. She doesn't have any, like, just bodyguards that she pays or, you know,
Right.
something. I don't know. I just feel like
yeah. Security service.
something. Yeah.
So yeah,
I thought it was a little weird when they went into the basement and then she was like, "This isn't a house, it's a trap," and then she pulled that lever and the iron went over the entrance to the
Wrong
basement.
movie, Joey.
Oh, what?
that's Halloween, jackass. Anyway,
You know what I was just thinking though? One thing. So Gail Weathers, like where she lived, that would be a building. She's in New York City, right? She's in this fancy apartment. That would be a building with a doorman.
Yeah.
I just
Yes.
picturing Ghostface. I'm here to see Gail Weathers. Oh, sure, go right up.
Yeah. It's like a key card. Yes, sir.
what they call
Is she expecting you?
Yeah.
Probably.
Or he like just follows
I'm
him
not-
going in the building. He's like, I'm with that.
Just waiting for someone to come home. Sneak right in.
I'm the Halloween sonogram guy.
He's got
Oh,
a
yeah.
UPS package.
An empty pizza box and a hat.
But he still has the mask on.
That's gonna be the net when they make Scary Movie 6. They're just gonna remake these ones. They're gonna do Scream again, and that's gonna be one of the gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just shows up. It's pizza time. That one's for Memes R Us. Otherwise, Jack. Pizza time. Anyway, so yeah, that's Scream 6. I definitely would say go see it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was
If
fun.
you like horror movies in general,
Yeah.
even if if you like slashers, even if you didn't like the other Scream movies, I would go see this one for the kills alone because it's
At least
definitely a
sneak
slasher.
in. You don't have to pay
don't,
for it.
Don't do that. No.
No. Always pay.
Delete your YouTube history first before
Yeah.
you get caught.
Go
in
to the
that.
bathroom and then walk out of the bathroom into the theater. They won't stop you.
But first, get your popcorn cup out of the trash. You can go in the bathroom and wash it. Somebody else's.
Good
and then go up and say, hey, I need a refill.
Hold on. Before we wrap this up, we do have to talk about the scene where a girl is stabbed multiple times on a super fucking crowded subway.
Oh, yeah.
Where
And no one batted an eye.
yeah,
That's
where-
just New York.
where the
That
only
was-
person who could see them was asleep, and then a person right behind that person was just on headphones and looking down. And apparently, they couldn't had no periphery for up.
Barely
right.
not.
Ugh,
Oh.
I was like,
Yeah.
this
There's a
scene,
lot of Easter
people-
eggs in that, though. You had people dressed
Oh,
as
yeah.
Michael, Freddy, Jason. There was like a horror con going on.
Yeah.
Two things I got still.
All right.
I
last
noticed
thoughts.
that. I noticed that too, and it made me think of like every movie that's set around Halloween, every slasher movie, every horror movie, every fucking person in the town is celebrating Halloween. Like, the only people
Yeah.
not dressed for Halloween on that subway was the characters in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's going to a Halloween party.
Right.
Nobody's just going to work.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
It's like, this is still New York City.
Yeah,
There's
still-
got to be
Also,
Yeah.
how many times have you ever heard of a serial killer starting back up and killing a bunch of people in your town, and everybody went, "I'm going to buy that costume."
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
No one
people-
pulled those costumes off the shelves.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I did buy the Jeffrey Dahmer glasses.
I was just gonna say, yeah, because if you look at real life, people dress up like Jason, they dress up like Michael and all like that, but
Yeah.
people don't really dress up like Jeffrey Dahmer or
Wayne Gacy.
yeah, people who actually hurt people. People,
Right.
it's kind of
Yeah.
really.
I dress like Ed Gein sometimes, but that's just for me.
That's just for fun.
That's
yeah.
just me in my house by myself.
That's
with
just
my
role
living
playing.
room.
Yeah. Oh, I will say that I totally agree with the one line that the two girls were comparing horror movie stuff, and the one said Psycho 2, and they both said underrated. And I was like, yes,
Yep.
Psycho 2 is a great movie, and you never hear anything about it.
Never
Yeah.
seen it.
Oh, it's good.
I thought that that was one of the cringiest things in the whole movie. That little scene,
Did it? Did
things
you?
like that, really, but just
People bonding.
People-
Just
to
saying
each other.
they're saying the same thing at the same time. Roll grinds my gears. I don't know why.
Huh.
Yeah, sons of bitches.
Really.
Weird.
If you're out there,
You really
don't
don't like
talk at the
Jesus.
same time.
That doesn't
Yeah.
happen in real life.
There is no pinch
Why
poke,
not
you owe me a
realize?
Coke.
Cutesy
No.
little.
Yes, it does.
No.
Yeah.
No, one person's awkward and the other person's just trying to make them go away quicker. That's how real life conversations happen.
Sure.
So with that being said, that's our thoughts on Scream 6. Definitely go see it if you haven't.
Yes, go see it. It's good.
It's a good movie. But with that being said, if you like this thing, hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, share it to your friends. Block out these two.
Send it to your landlord.
Grade yourself a good notice, tell somebody to care about them.
The Enneagram.
Peace.